Have you stumbled upon a good deal for the Sennheiser PXC 552?
Or are you looking to get into the premium ANC world?
Or you've just found this video because you're mindlessly window shopping on YouTube?
Then stick around for a real conversation.
Goedendag, we're DHRME.
Dynamic,
Homeboys.
reading,
Manuals.
everywhere.
So we're going to be breaking down these Sennheisers into 3 parts.
Not literally, we only do that to the AirPods Max.
The 3 parts of this video are the issues we've experienced, the compromises you'll have compared to flagships, and finally, why it makes sense to still buy them. Let's talk about our issues.
With the PXC 552s.
I've been using these headphones for the past weeks as my daily driver, and the biggest turnoff has been the poor implementation of multi-device compatibility. It's so unreliable that I wish they just didn't offer it at all. This is why. I connected them to my iPhone and Apple Watch.
Apple fanboy.
But because it can only handle 2 simultaneous connections, I had to disconnect them from one device before being able to use it with my laptop.
Unfortunately, there is no way to switch connections via the app, unlike the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 2 earbuds.
The PXC 552 will remember 8 devices and will try to connect to them in the order they were last used. But because they named those devices as either phone 1 or phone 2, they may be connected to your phone, computer, or washing machine. Who knows?
Your washing machine has Bluetooth?
Yours doesn't? And all of this until now was annoying but manageable. The deal breaker was when Spotify on one device would suddenly stop playing. When resumed, it would pause after 5 seconds again. I even closed all music apps and browser windows on the second device, but that didn't change anything. The only fix was to disconnect the other device and keep it connected to a single one. We also found others facing a similar issue on Reddit, as their audio was being interrupted because of notifications from the second device. In conclusion, if you want to play it safe, disregard the multi-device functionality and keep it connected to a single one at a time.
Or don't buy Apple products.
Who would do that? The other feature that doesn't live up to its intended purpose is Smart Pause, which should pause your audio when you remove the headphones and resume once you put them back on. Unfortunately, the PXC failed the IQ test on this smart feature since it decides to pause the headphones when you don't want it to. Fortunately though, this is a feature you can turn off in the app.
You might be wondering what you'll be compromising on with the likes of more mainstream ANC headphones like the Sony XM3, XM4 or the Bose 700. The biggest difference we've experienced is in the active noise cancelling. If the Bose 700, Sony XM4 or AirPods Max are in the tier A category, then the PXC would be a notch lower since the noise cancelling is definitely usable and it gets quite close to the likes of the Sony XM3, but overall they do cancel out less noise. Still premium, but not quite.
The noise cancelling can be changed with a slider on the headphones to change between full noise cancelling, adaptive mode, and off. Unlike some of the tier A noise cancelling headphones, you don't get fine-grained control on the noise cancelling or the level of ambient noise being let in. One tip in the app is to change the adaptive mode of noise cancelling to anti-wind, as it does a better job with, dealing with wind interference.
And if you want to hear your surroundings, you can double tap the right ear cup to enable transparency mode and let sounds in. This works very well, but the downside is that you can't play music while in this mode.
Rohan,
Yeah,
do you have any idea?
I got many ideas.
Kids these days,
What?
they're so spoiled. They don't even think when plugging in their devices.
What?
Back in my day, before all these kids and their USB Type-C cables, we used to use the good old micro USB. You know,
How old are you?
back when we actually had to use our brains to check which way to plug in our devices.
Okay. So the PXC does come with micro USB charging is what he's trying to say, I'm guessing, which isn't the latest and greatest, but hey, at least Sennheiser lets you listen to audio over USB. Now that isn't something other flagships at the $300 or $400 price range even offer.
So now it's premium? Who are you, PXC?
So all of this might have sounded like a lot of PXC bashing, but a big but.
Actually 2 buts. Because there are 2 solid reasons why the PXC still makes a compelling buy, especially at the current price.
But for the latest prices, check the description box for the links. Using those links will help us produce more free content for you guys at no extra cost to you.
If you're serious about sound quality and want a capable device for those work from home phone calls, then you're getting premium level sound and phone call quality at a budget. Rohan, help a reviewer brother out.
Okay. The PXC 552 has made a unique choice when it comes to ANC headphones. It shies away from the typical boomy, bassy tuning like the Sony's or even its stylish cousin, the Sennheiser Momentum 3s. So the sound signature out of the box is quite flat, and the app comes with EQ presets, and on Director preset, the EQ can be adjusted to some options like bass, spatial, reverb, DLC, etc. And of course, it offers you the unique choice of USB audio that many other headphones in this category do not.
Having poor video and audio quality with your work from home setup is unacceptable with the future of work. But Sennheiser truly delivers here with not only great sound quality, sound over USB, but also sports a clear microphone. We've tested the microphone in quiet, noisy, and windy condition, and it holds its own very well, only struggling in windy conditions.
For the windy situation, you might be thinking of using the previously mentioned adaptive setting and changing that in the app to anti-wind. However, that only works for listening to audio, but does nothing for microphone quality.
But on the flip side, the PXC do sport a fuckmon favorite, namely the ability to mute and unmute the microphone straight from the headphones. And you can do this by swiping horizontally on the right ear cup. Sennheiser, similar in a way to Apple, didn't believe in a power switch for the PXCs. Kind of. You can twist the ear cups to turn them on, and when you turn them back, they turn off. A welcome feature for saving some battery life. Speaking of which, from our testing, the PXC offers a very capable 20 to 22 hours of battery life with active noise cancelling on.
So wrapping up this review, to buy or not to buy?
You should not buy if you want a seamless multi-device experience.
You would rather not have to think about which way to plug in your device, and micro USB is a daunting system for you.
You need to be able to listen to music while hearing your surroundings in transparency mode.
You should buy the Sennheiser PXC 552s if
you want great sounding headphones which support audio over USB.
You want headphones which can be used for phone calls too.
You want to be in the premium segment while still saving a few bucks.
And you want noise cancelling to be overall good enough to block out some noise.
And you plan to use these headphones for 1 to 2 hours at a time and appreciate their lightweight and comfort.
You've been confronting your feeling about older USB standards.
And we've been DHRME.
Namaste.